Woo. That's a way to start. Okay, so I took a little break in between because I had to do some looking at the moon stuff. So if you watched, this break will be longer, a couple days. If you watched Monday's energy read for the week, and I was telling you that we were preparing for March Madness, it was, I knew something was happening and I couldn't figure out what it was. So, um, we're coming up to eclipse season. Ta da da. Okay, so the eclipse portal does open now with this new moon tonight. So, if you're watching this, just like if you didn't see the previous video, doesn't totally matter, but just know that we are heading into a pretty tumultuous month, and not in the bad way. It's just a lot is going to get shaken up and stirred and revealed and reconciled and all kinds of things. Okay, so the eclipse portal opens, and then in 2 weeks, they'll be on the 14th of March is the lunar eclipse, and then on the 29th is the solar eclipse. So eclipse portals are always lots of crazy fun times. Um, so when I said hang on to your by the seat of your pants, you're gonna need to. And again, we don't say this out of fear and that kind of stuff, but just letting you know we're heading into March Madness. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be a lot, and lots gonna be going on. The one thing I did see this is that this moon that we're going to read on right now is in Pisces, new moon in Pisces. So Pisces is always about endings and beginnings, or endings to get beginnings, spiritual rebirth. And it's funny, if you did watch the other one, we talked a lot about compassion. It was the card that came up for the beginning of the week. Forever Consciousness, they have a YouTube channel. They also have an Instagram. I'm sure other things. I just follow on those two. But she said compassion energy. Um, it's sparking compassion energy to send peace to all that are hurting. So it's a really good focus for this moon, I think. Um, okay, we're going to do one of the Nature's Rhythm Oracle. And we're also going to do some portal cards because it is opening us to this eclipse portal. So I always say, like, with an eclipse portal, and I'm like, it's gonna be fine, and we're just gonna get through this together. And then I usually have the crappiest time. So we'll just see what happens this time. Oh, it's this guy. What is this all about? Oh, we got roots again. All right. My roots are solid and spiral deep into Mother Earth. I will never stop growing. I just think we'll reread this, but yeah, it kind of came up a bit too that it's like it's important to be really grounded right now, and even though Mother Earth is shaking and shimmying, it's important that we're grounded and connected to her because that's, I think, what gets us through this next bit. When a tree in the forest is sick, surrounding trees share resources to assist it. Nature thrives on cooperation. Assisting others in need without expectation emulates respect for life. When we know that we are truly held and cared for, we are eager to experience life and be of service. Um, that's really seeming to tie in that compassion. Right? Continue to grow into a greater and more cooperative person, meaning working with the collective, by tending to your roots. Imagine your spine like the trunk of a tree. Your root chakra extends as a golden cord of light through the floor and many layers of Mother Earth to the core, where it connects with her heart. Feel the support and warmth of her heart. Give thanks and appreciation. Yeah, this is just, we need to be really grounded and connected through this next little shift. So do all the things you can. The easiest way is always getting out in nature. So as it starts to warm up here in this hemisphere, it's a little easier to get out. But yeah, just looking like we need a lot of um, connection and grounding and those sorts of compassion, though, really coming up strong in this last two reads. Um, yeah, we're helping the collective heal. And we have to do that, by being, it's the tree thing, right? Like the trees, we're helping. We may not be the ones as we go through this eclipse portal that are the hurting ones. Because we've this isn't our first rodeo, so we kind of have a good idea of like what we need to do. Um, but we can sense that further down the line, some other trees are are having some harder times and suffering, and they need some of our compassion and our care and our attention. So, and like it said, to be in service, right? We need to continue to be in service to our fellow trees. All right, let's do one portal card just to see. That's that one. What this beginning of this eclipse portal is all about. Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. Grace is a good one. Sorry, there's another one sticking in the ground. Yeah, okay. It's also, we got the Merkaba activation, which is our personal energy field. And basically, like, if we're going to, like, learn to teleport or anything like that, or we're going to travel in this energy, this Merkaba energy. Transcendence, ascension, you're rising up. Perfect. Exactly where we need to be. All right, so yeah, let's take a look at this Pisces moon and see. We'll do three of each of these. This of course, ends up being the longer read, which is great. But yeah, I mean, it's always sometimes fun doing these back to back and taking a break and just because they really sometimes it just ends up being a continuation of the read. So that we did earlier this week. Ooh, that one. These two. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna relight this incense just because it's nice. Sometimes these little skinny guys burn well all the way through. Okay. All right. All right. What's this moon all about here? One second. A personal issue reaches resolution. I don't feel like I can really read on this because it's like specifically talking to some of you out there. I think we all have some personal issue that we're looking for resolution in. I think it just in the broad sense, the broader sense is like it is the card is about full moon in Cancer, so it's just again that mothering energy, Mother Earth, our nurturing mothering energy, again coming back to compassion, coming back to caring for the collective and others, like being really ready to step up because, like we said in the earlier read, it's like there's a lot of information that's coming. There is going to be a lot of people really hurt by a lot of things, and I think we did come, some of us, to be wage showers in that we came to learn the information first so that there's someone there for other people when they start uncovering these things. Don't let your past hold you back. That's funny. After when I pushed pause on this and then was getting ready for this read, I found a card on the floor and I was like, shoot, I wonder if that came out. I couldn't remember if it came out as I was cleaning up or if it was during the read, but it was from the Osho deck and it was clinging to the past. Like we talked about with going with the flow, like that the river, we've got to let go of the old. And a lot of people are going to have a real big struggle with that because it's safe. It's safe. It's secure. They think it's safe and secure, but unfortunately the bottom line is it isn't safe or secure, and it will actually end up being, too. to your detriment if you're stuck in the past and you're not moving forward. It's really critical that, we it's interesting though, because like in reconciliation of everything that's happened, we have to be kind of looking at the past and saying, okay, this happened on all of those things, but we can't, it's the card from the last reading, the close encounters. It's like we're not trapped in the cage. We have to like break free, and it's not the easiest thing. We have to reconcile, we have to see it all, but we can't get stuck there. We have to keep moving on, going with the flow, right? Um, okay, balance spirituality with practicality. The full moon in Pisces. It is a moon in Pisces, but it's a new moon. Um, I think this is just about really making sure in these next few weeks, especially being this eclipse corridor, that we're not, that, yeah, we're still in 3D. We got to do all this practical stuff. I've been talking to so many people, and it's really unfortunate because it's happening to me too, is that it's so much going on that it's kind of like keeping us from having 5 minutes to meditate and to really, or do some self awareness work, or just really connecting with source and spirituality. So do your best in these coming weeks. Like, this isn't just a read for this moon, like, this goes for, I feel like this read is going to be important for the next 2 weeks leading up to that first lunar eclipse. So um, make sure make sure you're still doing good spiritual work, whatever that is for you, whether that's meditation, journaling, pulling cards, or just being out in nature. Make sure you're finding the balance. And again, it's balance too. Like, make sure you're not just hiding in a cave meditating all day and ignoring the outside world. We have to have this balance right now because, like I said, part of the thing we came here to do was be the energy of reconciling this. So we have to kind of look at it. We have to pull the curtain back, and we have to acknowledge what's going on, and then we can, work on moving forward. Oop, two there. Okay, what else is this about? Oh, this is good. It's all good. It's just, it's very interesting because as I like sit here and get this feeling of like this March madness, because it's going to be intense. It's always intense in eclipse season anyway. Um, this week though, and this moon just feels like it's not a breather, but it's a good time to just to connect in with that spirituality, because everything we're getting is just confirmation that this is happening, but it seems to be happening at a very like nice pace where it's not in our face like it's about to be in the next 2 weeks. So take this opportunity to like to see this stuff as it comes in, and and meditate and focus on that. So transformation, intuition, and patience. Yeah, I mean, honestly, patience is like, I'll take it. I feel like sometimes the last few weeks it's been so crazy that we need time to like slow it down a little bit. Okay, sorry. Yeah, transformation, intuition, again, that's part of our spirituality, right? Like, that's part of our new gifts coming online, is part of this transformation. It's part of it's part of us discovering who we truly are, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So keep digging and diving into those things. We also got the Lady of Gift. Generosity, receiving, withholding. Withholding is always a funny one. There's always a shadow word on the end of these. I think this is just generosity and receiving. It's kind of like receive that energy now, sitting in that place of compassion, but it's also like being in service and helping others. So being generous, being loving, being caring, being compassionate. And then the last one we got about this moon in this week is the dream walker, dreams, the collective good, and illusions, which is interesting because I would say, like, the biggest thing that's happening right now is that the illusion, the old illusion of what this was, is it's being shattered in front of our face. So, um, yeah, I'm just getting like a lot of that. Be in grace and peace and ease. Do your best to remain like calm, like remain calm. Nobody panic. um, however you do that, like it just seems really important about the spiritual practice for sure this week. Um, interesting too. Okay, so we got some more thing about finding balance. So it was balancing spirituality and practicality. Practicality to me is like that's the life we're living every day. Like we can't just say, oh, I'm just gonna like go meditate through this because I don't want to deal with everything that's going on. And vice versa. Sometimes some of us are like just immersing ourselves in everything that's going on so that we don't have to do the other work. It's all about balance this moon. So um find a balance so that you're doing both. You're in the world, but not of it, and all of those things. You're not getting immersed in it. You're going with the flow. You're not keeping yourself clung to the shore, right? Um, we got that's too funny because we got two. Did we get full moon in Pisces? Yeah, yeah. So we've got two full moon in Pisces cards when it's actually a new moon in Pisces. But this card is forgive. Uh, this is the thing. I think this is speaking. It's just such a beautiful card. I'm gonna hold it up there. The two fishes. They almost look like flowers. They're so beautiful. Um, this forgive is not like a specific to a person or it's going to be everything that's coming out. Um, as much as we want, like we talked about this in the previous, at the beginning of the week, as much as we want to see justice served, and it will be, like, don't worry. Again, that's not our job. Um, it's going to be really hard to forgive a lot of what has happened, but it's almost like for our sanity and to keep us grounded and not like in that because when we're in that like vengeful any of those states, it's all fear and it's all anger and all of that energy. It's keeping us in the lower third dimension and energy, and it's not where we need to be. Um, it's almost like I don't know why this is coming into my head, but it's um, I think it's from the I'm not really good at my Bible stuff, but I believe Jesus says at one point, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." Right? It just means we have to like, even though most people aren't conscious of what they're currently doing, and some are, and that will be taken care of. And again, that's not our job. So it's just I just feel like it's just saying it's so important that you're staying in. Here's the last card. We'll read that first. Is practice gratitude. So it's so important that we're thankful for that we got to come here, that we got to help with this. Yeah, it's just critical. It's so important that you're not losing yourself to all the information coming in, to anger, to all those lower emotions. It's critical, and it came through in the first read too for the beginning of the week. It's critical that we're in a state of compassion and in our heart and in center of love and not all the other, like again, not saying bypass those emotions and don't feel them, but don't stay there and move. We've got to go with the flow and move into uh the next good feeling emotion. Practice gratitude. Basically a lot, like if you're just looking at this on the surface, it's like practice gratitude, practice whatever your spirituality is, whatever gets you into the frame of mind where you are heart-centered and focused on the vibration of love, whatever that is, whatever your spiritual thing is. Again, it could be you out in the forest. It could be you doing an hour-long Om meditation or heart chakra cleansing, clearing, that sort of thing. Um, yeah, okay. So, yeah, we need to focus on this abundance energy, gratitude. That's all in that same place. It's really interesting because at the beginning of the year, I think I mentioned that I did this um, new way of vision boarding. And I've been using it a little bit personally, but what I did was create, I was going to show you guys that, but it's kind of in progress. And maybe I'll show it sometime. Anyway, what I did do is take a big poster board and put it on the wall over there and did the techniques. I'm trying to spend every day doing a little bit of work on it, but I'm really going to step it up this whole corridor because I think it's going to be important to have that practice. That's working for me, but what I've done with it is it's all about um, basically it's about new earth and the new energy and what that looks like. So I'm focusing on that. So when you're doing your spiritual practice, we're not asking so much about manifestation and things for ourselves. We're asking for abundance for the entire collective, abundance of love and that energy to increase. So focusing more on those things rather than self. It's funny because it's like the self part is that you need to be doing the work and that's your job right now. Um, and so let the work be about you. The work can be about what you want to see for the rest, the collective. We also got synchronicity. So for me, this is less about like that. But I'm sure if you start to focus your attention more towards what's coming and what we want to see and what we want to manifest, that more synchronistic events will come into your life. But this for me, this is like it's the clock, right? It's that when anytime we get to the time card, it's just time. It's time right now. It's what's happening. It's meant to happen because here we got the card for the new moon, just new moons in general, but beginnings. So this truly, truly is the the gateway to the new. Um, so I would say, yeah, March is going to be a little tumultuous in terms of like we're going to have to. We got a lot still that we're kind of putting together so that we can move forward into the new energy. Um, and it's really important that we're just focusing on that, not getting caught up in the rest of it. Like I said, the rest of it, it's being taken care of. It's not our job. It is not our job. All right. I'm gonna do 3 of the Christ consciousness first for this moon, and then because this isn't just for this Thursday moon, it's also about the rest of this week leading into the beginning of March. So yeah, all right. What kind of energy? What are we looking at here? What do we need to be doing? Right? Background. Yeah, there's that word again. Grace. Being in the energy of grace, blessings and goodwill. Yeah, it just it's so nice, like because what I'm feeling right now is I'm tapping into the energy that we should be in. It's heart centered. It's all coming from here. It's you can hear it in my voice, right? It's ease and grace and peace. Those words go so lovely together. Ease, grace, peace. If that's the one thing that you're focusing on in meditation for this next coming weeks, and so that's the thing, it's almost like I'm here telling you it's about to get tumultuous, but if you can remain the center of the storm, right, in that this frequency, this calm, this peace, this ease, this grace, it's going to go a lot easier for you. And also, I think it's really important that we're doing that because, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are going to need that compassion energy. They need to, like, we need to be standing there emitting it so that they, we're the beacon so they can see it and they'd be like, that person can help me. That person can help me. Look how calm. It's like it's like we're about to go into an emergency situation, right? And do it's like in the water, right? Do you go help get the person to help you that's going to pull you under? Or do you, like, there's that calm person just treading water going, we're going to be fine. You want to be near that person. You don't want to be pulled into the chaos and, taken off your game. So, yeah, this is a real big focus on what our energy is, where we're putting our energy, how we're emitting that energy. So, like, again, like, it's funny because I feel like I would almost say, like, what's happening right now as you're watching this is that I'm channeling that energy because it's just, I feel calm. I feel uh, non-flustered by anything. And I'm just able to breathe and be peaceful and loving and full of grace. Fun. Okay, so we got Joseph of Arimathea, trailblaze and innovate. Honestly, I think this is just like, it's not so much about being the leader, it's about being the way shower. So, again, are those, what's with the flower? Anyway, to me, they just remind me of like the white lily kind of peace energy, too, right? Just like, does he look flustered? Just leading with love. Leading with love. But leading. It is our job to lead. Honestly, coming spiritual practice. There's definitely something about this. Again, it's funny because I'm not being committal to, like, you need to meditate, set up your altar, do this and do that, because it's different for all of us, right? Again, you might go hike up a mountain and find God and find peace. That doesn't work for me. A, because you'll never get me hiking. But that's not true. I've been hiking, but it's not my thing. Being out in nature is my thing. So I'm gonna do that this week. Spend more time out there. Actually, today I just have this like really cool story because I was mostly spent the day house cleaning and doing chore like stuff, and I took like 10 minutes to go outside into the yard because we're having just beautiful weather right and get the sun on my face and play with the dog for a bit because he's been cooped up in this like minus 24 weather and not able to get like enough exercise, and that's not good for their brains and their well-being either, right? So yeah, we played a little bit, but as I was sitting there I suddenly heard this like beautiful song and I turn and there's like a tree full of chickadees, like full of it. Like there was like 20 of them. I didn't even think I'd ever seen that many at once. They were all singing together. And I was like, what a great moment to come outside. Like it just like my heart chakra was like, bah. It's those things. We need to find that this week. Structure and routine, it says spiritual practice. So again, I'm not going to tell you what works for you. You know what works for you. If you don't, really take get going. Find it, do it, make it up, follow somebody else, see what they do. But mostly, just even if you just sit, you might sit with a crystal for 25 minutes and get the vibration off of it. It's just really critical you're doing this week. And like I said, I'm going to call out my friends right now. I'm not calling them out. I'm just using them as an example because the same thing's happening to me. Is is like that old way. The 3D is like really busy right now. It's just stupid busy and it's stupid and it's like so stupid, but it's like we still need to take time. But I did these friends are, if they're watching this, they're she's calling me out. I'm like, not calling you out. um, I do want to say that like it's just that's life, and we still gotta do that. But I'm just saying you're still finding that time for you and your spiritual practice. Um, my one friend texted today that she was, journaling and listening to stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's just that 5 minutes again, you guys. I hate harping on it, but it's just make sure you try to do it daily because it's sounding like it's just the most important thing right now. There's there's no two ways about it. That's just what spirit. Just 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 find this. Find that ease and grace and peace moment, whatever it is, even if it is for 5 minutes. Go look at the stars right now. Go look at the no moon. There's no moon, but go look at the sky right now for 5 minutes. That's more than enough. Okay. Do you want to do golden futures? I feel like this is going to end up being a little longer reading, but we're going to do I just forgot the name of these cards. Terrible. Um, the ancient stones, I think. I don't know. Just getting a calling to do these, and then we'll do the golden futures, or we'll leave this. Mm, okay, let's see. Okay, first up, the cycle breaker. You'll get through it. The cycle is ending. Okay, this is what I just talked about with like, so even if you're like my friends and you're like, I can't right now, it's just blah, I'm in the whirlwind, there's nothing I can do about it. It's fine. It's like whatever you are doing in that is fine. It's part of the work. It sounds crazy, but it is. It's about to break the cycle, and it's just letting us know that that cycle is ending. It's perfect for this because it's like it is. This moon is about new beginnings, endings, so that there's new beginnings. So don't don't fear about like if I said that and you're like, oh my god, I'm not doing anything and I feel so bad and I barely had time to watch this video and like okay, it's fine. Part of the work you are doing, even though it's in a whirlwind right now, it is part of the work. So take a breather, but take a breather. That's the big thing. And don't forget your spirituality and find those moments of ease and grace and peace. Even again, like if you're just saying that, take 5 minutes, go in a corner and be like, ease, grace, peace, ease, grace, peace. Repeat it as many times as you need. Oh, interesting. Just continue. Ah, we got obstacle. Find another road. Flexibility, change. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's about finding another road though, because I think but it is a little bit about this whole 3D thing. It's like, are you really clinging on to that? Like, is there any way you could just let it go? Like, I know it would be so much easier if we just like all quit our jobs tomorrow and just like, we're not like it's just not there yet. It's just okay. It's basically just like we are in like a time of massive change right now, so we do have to be a bit flexible. Um, yeah, it's almost like it's saying it's like if I said all that stuff and you like had this reaction where you're like, I can't do 5 minutes. I can't even do 5 minutes. You're, they're really adamant, you guys. I can't see it any way other way. They're like, find a different way then. And we're just like, we're all down here going, but I have to pay bills. I quit my job. Um, yeah. If there's anything you can do during this moon to like, I want to say restructure how we're doing things, it's just, I don't even know. I feel like it's not about making excuses that you can't because we're busy. They're like at all costs we need to be doing. That's not the work we're supposed to be doing, although it's helping as we go through this thing. But they're like, we've got to find a way to like give us those moments. Oh, okay. The gateway, open doors, opportunities, right timing. See, that's another thing too, is that like I think a lot of us have been doing this like it's always like the timing is off. It's like, okay, well I'll fully dive into 5D and do that stuff, but it's never felt like the timing is right or like something pulls you back into this like reality and you're just like and it's like this portal, right? So yeah, while this moon is not the start of the eclipse uh, gateway, that there's that, like I said, those are going to be those 2 weeks, March between March 14th and March 29th, where like there's lots of like ugh, and lots going on during that eclipse. This 2 weeks though leading up to March 14th is super important. So if you're going to do anything, you've got 2 weeks. You've got 2 weeks to kind of formulate a plan, a strategy, um, however you're going to balance that spiritual and practicality, like at the beginning. It's just imperative that you're like basically they're not even saying that they're like be prepared. Be if you want to be prepared and be ready, you've got to find a way. You've got to find a way to put this balance into place where you can put yourself into ease, grace, peace, um, and and just like that heart, like dropping into the heart as much as possible. Okay. Anyway, I just want to hold that up one more time. The gateway, right? We're not at the portal yet, but the door is open. This this time right now is ending, and the right timing is is about to like open the door for us. That being said, like be on the lookout in the next 2 weeks as that shift happens. Um, so again, too, I want to say this: like if something happens where like something is taken away, like what, or like we're suddenly like, oh, I don't have a job, sudden or whatever it is. Um, that keeping in the back of the mind is keep going, keep doing your practice and that sort of thing, because the next gateway, we're in the gateway and the portal is about to open. And when that eclipse portal opens, that 2 weeks is going to be like off the charts for what we can create, manifest, and bring into the new. So yeah, basically, this moon is telling us, and this week is buckle up, Buttercup, but in the way where it's like, just make sure you know, that you're ready to go. Like this is like we've got 2 weeks notice that the shift is imminent. Basically, um, get your ducks in a row spiritually. Don't leave it to chance and fate. And again, don't get so wrapped up in this that you're not spending that time working on the plan, because it's like basically like here we go. Hope you're ready. All right, let's look at the golden futures and then we'll leave it there. Um, yeah, let's just see what the golden futures I like to do is like, what is all this energy bringing us? Um, like what is the new that we should be focusing on? Okay. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna read that one last actually. Okay, what should we be focusing on through this? Family relationships. Attune heart to heart. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Well, that's an easy one to do. Start, again, we talked about this, the heart to heart connection. Look at that, the dolphins and the, oh, I can't get away from the butterflies in this read today, which is always good. It's the manifestation, the accumulation. No, that's not the word. the end result, right, of the big transformation from the caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly. It's it's already underway. So yeah, focusing on, and this is again, family, that can be a strange dynamic for some of us, but this is about even your found family. So it's not just about the family you came into and that sort of thing. This is like building our relationships for where we're going. You know, this is our this is our tribe. This is our family. This is our soul family, right? Attune heart to heart. We also got work satisfaction. Is that a hummingbird? No, looks like. Oh no, is it a kingfisher? Anyway, seek that which fills your soul. Okay. I'm just going to jump back to like what I said. I feel like okay, there's going to be a lot of shakeup for some of us. Like it like literally like might be like one day you're just like I don't have a job anymore. I don't things 3D things could be being pulled away because they're not going to be necessary. It's, you know, it's a really strong thing to like it's like just let it go. Just let it go, um, and start doing the things that do bring you the satisfaction. So, it again, painting a picture right now, singing a song, doing a dance, meditating, any of that stuff may, you'd be like, that's not a job. It's not a job. Healing others, helping others, working in the energy field, all of it is about to change. It's completely different. It is nothing like we're doing right now. So just we have to be prepared for that shift, and to not let it rattle us to the point that we're just like, now what do we do? And like getting lost and getting upset and then oh my god, what do we do? Um, yeah, there's some swift endings coming. Sorry, everybody. That's just it has to in order for there to be the beginning to come in. We like there's no other way. So I hate to say it like this, but it's like if that if any of that happens to you, and it probably will, I think it's going to happen to all of us in some degree, is go back to your family, um, go back to your communities, your close friendships, all of those, and get strength in there because we're going to go from that into the new. So it's almost like whatever gets stripped away in this lower frequency is like let it go, and it this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Even if the new isn't like fully in yet, it's like again, it's like you can if your closet is full of shit and you don't clean it out, you can't bring in new clothes and just start jam them in. It's not. Well, you can. It's gonna look like hell, and it's not gonna work. We have to like let go of some of that old stuff, the old way. It's dying. It's like we gotta just let it be. Let it be. Anyway, okay. That being said, just try to always bring yourself back, right, to the heart and know that everything's going to be okay. And that none of that shit really matters. Sorry to say, it doesn't. The things that matter are our heart, our family, our close heart to heart connections. Keep stoking those fires. The last card we got, and this again, if stuff's going totally to shit and you don't know what to do, it's the dragons. They're here. They're here to make this tumultuous change. Look at all those butterflies in there. They are helping us on the ley lines. Look at them activating the ley lines. Send dragons to heal the world. Wow. Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Send dragons, everybody. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you as we get into this eclipse corridor and we'll go through it together. Try to stay in your heart and the light and in love.